Good morning and welcome to the morning report for ABIC 2014. I'm your host Bruce Sargent of Farm Boy Productions. Today was the first full day of the conference and we have plenty of one-on-one interviews from Saskatoon. To start the broadcast, I had a chance to speak with Alanna Koch, Deputy Agriculture Minister for the province of Saskatchewan. We discussed what the provincial government is doing to educate the public about the agriculture industry. Have a watch. So I'm here with Alanna Koch, the Deputy Ag Minister for Saskatchewan, and the last session you brought up the topic of ag in the classroom. So can you tell me a little bit about what the Saskatchewan government is doing in the province?
Right. So agriculture in the classroom is actually it's its own separate industry entity, but our ministry has supported it for years, and in fact the last couple of years we've increased our support. Part of it through our Growing Forward 2 funding, but just in general from our ministry funding as well. We really think ag in the classroom does some great work connecting with teachers, connecting with kids. They've had a large number of initiatives, but in fact the increased support we've provided has allowed them to get out even more, provide more curriculum support, particular curriculum in grade 4 and in the middle years, as well as now trying to connect even more so with high school science students. So we really think that's an important connection for us to connect with students, and as a result of that we also then get to connect with parents, which is an added bonus. But it's to talk about kind of the science of agriculture, to make sure we get accurate information out about the real scientific facts about agriculture, but do it in an interesting way that connects well with kids.
I think that's really awesome because the parents are buying food right now, but the next generation is even bigger, and they're going to be buying food later on and need to be making educated choices. So what else is the ministry doing to educate kids? What else? Other initiatives have you guys taken part in? Yeah, well, exactly that. Like you said, the kids are our future consumers, but they're also our future labor force. And so we have, quite a few reasons to be connecting with kids. One is to make sure they're informed on the facts about agriculture, so that they become informed consumers of food, and that they understand what they're buying, and that they understand, the benefits of our nutritional food that we're producing here in Saskatchewan and Canada. But also the important role that agriculture plays in our economy, that it's an economic driver, that it's a huge contributor, that it's sustainable practices, it's good for the environment, it's good for feeding the world, the role that Saskatchewan plays as far as global food security. As well, the other thing we talk about is career opportunities, because as agriculture is expanding and as we think about increasing food production, we also need to think about the human resource needs that we have for the industry. And so lots of times people think agriculture is just about farming and ranching, which is great. That's great that they're thinking about that, but there's so much more to the industry as well. There's really dynamic career opportunities. You think about plant breeders or marketing or financing, or all of the exciting things and the careers in all that science and agriculture has to offer. So we need to get people thinking about that, and kids thinking about that, and parents understanding all of the exciting career opportunities that are ahead for their kids. So we've actually launched a bit of a Think Ag campaign as far as our Agriculture Month, which is in October, really trying to connect those students to kind of thinking about agriculture in a different way and thinking about it as modern and technologically advanced, biotech being part of that. Well, that's a perfect segue there. How does ABIC work into the work that you do and the ministry? So our ministry is focused on improving the public perception of agriculture, and we're really focused on agriculture awareness. So even though Saskatchewan already has over 40% of Canada's farmland, we're very agriculturally based, we're very, very close to the farm, still our people are starting to be not as closely connected to agriculture and not as closely connected to the farm. So it's maybe second generation away from the farm. So ABIC for us it's a really great opportunity for us to be able to connect with our consumers, connect with our kids about how important not only agriculture is, but how important science in agriculture is, and how important biotechnology is, and making sure that we explain to people how important it is that we have access to all the tools and technology, because the only way we're going to feed this growing population in the world, 9 billion by 2050, is making sure that we can increase food production and do it in a sustainable way, and do it in a way that meets that growing global demand for increased food, but also different varieties of food, but for sure volume. We'll only do it by having access to tools and technology, and for sure making sure we can continue to benefit from what biotechnology has to offer. Okay, so then in closing, is there anywhere people can go for more information to learn about some of the activities that your ministry is doing?
Absolutely. We do have a website. It's called saskatchewan.ca/thinkag, and they can check that out, and they can see all of the teacher resources, all of the student resources, even some scholarship information, and anything else they might be interested in as far as all of this information.
Perfect. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thanks for the opportunity.
Thanks for watching the Morning Report. Make sure you tune in later today for the Evening Report. I'm your host, Bruce Sargent of Farm Boy Productions, signing off.